Alright guys, so welcome back to another VOD. I'm sorry that I have to record this again and that I do it so late. Just haven't come to it yet this week. Lots and lots of work. Anyways, I digress. So I've spent the past 2 hours, 3 hours, almost 3 hours, looking at the VODs and also talking about the VODs with Pi. So I'll be condensing today's VOD to the main points and giving some tips on how to proceed, I think, for the next 2 to 4 weeks, I think. Because we've made changes in team composition, right? Maybe for information, so I know why we can't do VOD reviews on Monday. We have people missing there. I was thinking to put VOD reviews on Monday in the future anyways. Tell me if you want to start with it this Monday or the week after. I just need to know it. And then record the VOD review sessions anyways so that people can rewatch it. But that is something to be decided on team. Also, my apologies that I didn't come to making example inhibition graphs that you guys can practice on. I think since it was difficult to just make a tab screen with Illustrator, would have taken a lot of time, which is unfortunately the one resource that I have the least of. So we will do this every scrim from now on. I will just say, okay, right, pause it, draw yourself an inhibition graph, make a screenshot, do it in Paint, get Epic pen, I don't care, like, do it, draw it, and then you can discuss with my past self how good of an inhibition graph we draw on the ultimate and ability usage in between fights. Overall, what I want to say about today's scrim, I like the plan making. About these scrims, I like the plan making. I most of the time I actually like the plans also. I like the ult tracking. It's not 100%, but it's good. So that's nice. What we're still lacking is execution, and I will propose a solution for that in this scrim as well. Also, yeah, I mean, I'm telling Salto all the time, but basically, if we want scrims with me in person, it will need to be on either Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Saturday. Saturdays that, or earlier or later, but on the other days. But those are the times that I'm available. Most of the time, one of these days, mostly the Wednesday, it's also more difficult because of a so-called Stammtisch that I'm part of. But yeah, we'll have to see on that. Also, this week, making a VOD review will be, any day apart from Monday, will be difficult for me because I'm on a business trip till the Monday after, from Thursday onwards. So that's just the information bit. Feel free to skip to 4 minutes or tell other people to skip to 4 minutes if they want to just watch the script from the start. Alright. So. Let's go check out the VODs, shall we? Wait, where did I put the VODs?
All on the left.
That's bad. I want to. I mean, okay, fine.
Alright. I digress.
Be a good idea.
Let's go.
Too many maps for him to watch, but he'll pick probably two.
So I'm gonna talk extensively about point 1 because we get rolled on point 1 a lot. Actually, in all the maps that I looked at. And we're gonna talk specifically about Eichenwald because we've talked about the stretch here the most, and then about Ilios because I think Ilios is really representative for what went wrong in the scrim. And I tried to condense it to as little essential information as possible, as to not drain your brains and my brains too much.
Are going right.
Yes.
If I say right, we are all going there.
Yeah. And did you see the thing No Name said? No Name said, like, if their tanks cross this, then you can just come right, because then the backline will be like here. So as soon as the tanks cross this, you can just call it. Or if the tanks cross here, you can call it like left.
Yeah, here, what we're gonna notice is we're gonna be very slow again on getting there.
Yeah.
Better than last time, but
I'm gonna still lag, but it should be.
Should be okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. F for this is ping with 117. Also, you should be with your Rhine. You should be where your Baptiste is.
Wait, Lucio, wait, where's the team?
Yeah, he
Where
fucked
does
up.
it go?
Alright. Left.
Oh, okay. Oh, they walled you.
Left.
Reposition your reevaluate your positioning, especially Diva. Your Rhine is nowhere to be seen, and I'm on the guy that's behind you, so that means Rhine is even further behind. Yes, it's important to go when you have to go, and you were already a bit slow because you were distracted by the Lucio coming through TP. That's a bit sad, but what I reckon what happened is we were so slow on the draw that they actually got into our backline first. Because Lucio died here. So what I want everyone to evaluate is always look at your screen. Look at your screen and evaluate. Am I in a good spot? Where am I? Is this a safe position? How about the risk that I'm taking by being here versus the reward that I can for sure get? I'm not talking about potential value if you suddenly turn into a god and hit all the headshots in the world. I mean value by just being somewhere. In this case, you should reevaluate. There's no Reinhardt anywhere in this area. Is it really a good idea to be here? I can be walled off, which is not that bad. As Diva, you can just fly out. I can be stunned. I'm potentially way out of position because Reiner should be the front line. Why the hell am I in front of him? And this is what gets us split. What gets us split up here, right? Because the fight is kind of taking place over there, and we're completely split off here. So they've effectively taken this area because of the sim turrets. You should probably not push through there. Yes, you can shoot them, but the fight is going on over there. So you should go there. We're one down already. We should make the call to stabilize. Lucio can come back within 10 seconds, but we need to stabilize on the point. On the house with the balcony. Right? Yes, that's the house with the balcony. We can stabilize on there. Play around the inside of it with the doors. Remember the touching exercise we did? That's what we can do right now.
Wait, Ryan.
Okay, we lose Mac, but this Ryan can die. Everyone focus Ryan and he can die.
Stay on Ryan, come together.
You can also be in there. Like, at this point you've given them this, so get as much ult charge as possible, which you do by killing this Ryan.
You lost Meg, but
Nice. Well.
Wait, how did they camp so fast?
Alright, not that quick.
How did they
Good.
camp
I'm trying, but this bitch is fucking starring me.
Alright. Unfortunate that I stagger you. So let's analyze what happened there. I'm gonna be silent for 10 seconds. You guys think about what happened there and what we already said, and then we're gonna talk about it. Alright. So, what happened here, right, is number one, we were slow on the draw with the movement. This is, I think, also due to when we practiced. Pi was the one calling, not Salto. We have to get used to playing together in this new makeup. And that's fine. Nobody is to blame here. Then we didn't let our Ryan take the spear of the formation, so to speak. He's the guy that should clash first. There was another thing. And then, after Lucio died, we were kinda slow to realize that we should group back up, play it on the point, and just stall. We were kinda behind them, sitting there. There was no one, and then we didn't know what to do. So then we should go back, default to group up on the Rhine, contest the point, go into a position where we can safely start to contest and stagger the point for as long as needed for Lucio to get back, and then we take the 6v6 and we can still turn this around. And if not, in any case, we just collect more ult charge. And we potentially give them ults and make them use them. Because they really want their point.
Fucking starring me.
Alright, but that's that fight. And what I think happens here, because I talked with Pi here, is this was the first, it's one of the first maps of the scrim. Ilios was the first map of the scrim that we're gonna look afterwards, that we're gonna look at afterwards. And what I think you guys need is not only individual warm-up, but team warm-up. So what I would recommend is, before scrim starts, if scrim starts at 8, meet at 19:30, go into a 6-man lobby, play 6-stack quick play, and treat it like it was scrim. No goofing off, no solo thingies, ult track, plan team fight, rotate together, treat it like it's a real scrim. If they write into chat GG good scrim after you roll them in quick play, you've done something right. That way, what you're doing is you're warming up your team communication, your comms, and you kind of get everyone used to be in this quote-unquote high-stress environment where everything has to go fast. And right, it's like starting a motor. At the start, the motor is kind of cold, not enough oil, and by starting 20 minutes, half an hour early and doing this, when the real scrim starts, you're running like a well-oiled machine, motor is warm, you're ready to go. So that could help improve that. Because what I see after the first games mostly is good gameplay. Still getting rolled sometimes, but more coordination, much more communication going on. And most of the time I like what I see. So I think not being warmed up is a big contributor to us always losing our first maps.
How did they cancel? There are 6 people on court at one point?
No.
No, like 2.
No.
Stop discussing how you just lost point. Keep it at 2 sentences. Oh, yeah, they kind of rotated past us. We did not touch point.
We took
Stop planning.
Okay, I don't know.
I mean, I got fucking
I
frozen
got
like
no
2
problem.
times.
You heard that? Not Salsa, but the other one. So let's go high ground. Good idea.
The TP.
Okay,
Nice that you're doing this.
The TP is gone.
Okay, high ground, we hold
Set
here.
up on high ground.
What do they have? They have Amitrix.
Nice, there was the wall. Exactly. So think about
Probably-
what you're doing. I hope you're pulling up tab
sorry,
here.
it's up here for some reason.
Pull up tab.
Oh, that.
I'm trying to think of what they have. I think they have a Mayday, the Sim, Rhine Diva, and then a Bub for sure, and I'm not sure what they have for second. Lucio probably. So from that first fight, they might be getting close to Shadow, right? I'm not sure how much the Sim did, but she probably is also getting close. And maybe beat a 70%.
They might have Shadow also.
It's gonna hurt.
It's good that you call that they might have Shadow. Bit unfortunate that it happens now, because we used the time before to talk about how we didn't hold first point. Big wall, you split the team in half. You're 6 people. You should have this. Protect your, try to sustain your Ryan through that charge, and then you're golden.
It's gonna hurt.
Wait, he went off the map.
No targets, no targets.
Good call. He potentially went off the map. Check the kill feed if he really did, because it will come back to haunt you.
Sorry.
Sorry. For all the people that don't see my mouse very well. Check the kill feed.
Sorry. She went off.
Good calls. This. You could focus on killing this, which kinda negates their way of getting the tanks back up and the way of retreat. I mean, they can just drop down, but with this, they can drop down and potentially, if the TP is on card, around the corner. So you can chase if you destroy that. But here, I'm fine with actually shooting the Mei for now.
Mei. No.
That's why you check kill feed. It's a bit unfortunate. I also would have thought that Ryan was gone.
I think he missed that.
But you still haven't lost somebody. And you've killed the main tank. This is great. We're in a great spot. We have the advantage here. They have Mei ult for sure now. They just use Shatter. They have Lucio and ult. And they have probably also Symmetra ult. But we should have Mei ult. We should have Shatter. And the support ult of us of our own. So if we drop on card early now, which you already should have, because I think the card by now should be somewhere around here. And you should kind of drop when it's there. We should be able to win this fight. It's a 6v5.
Okay, drop the point.
It's a 6v4. So now, yeah, drop the point is the good call. But what you should do while dropping is everyone group up on your Rhine. Stick together. You cannot lose this if you're 6 people stacked on a Rhine.
Drop.
Oh, okay. Drop the point. Yes.
Lamp dead.
Okay, I'll drop
And
the
it
point.
is!
Kree, you can kind of stay on the high ground. Right? Yes, you can help with the flashbangs. But what you can do is, when you're playing on the high ground, is you can pressure from both sides of the sim wall. You can pressure this area, you can pressure this area. You're completely unaffected by the sim wall, basically, and you get a longer sideline. This wall of cover doesn't work because you're on the high ground. Yes, they can hide below here, but you have a Reinhardt to hammer into them. Hiding behind the payload doesn't work. You're on the high ground, you can shoot above that. And it's easier to hit headshots. So overall, stay up there. Mei, play with this guy. Sorry, this is that. D.Va, you're a bit aggressive. Like, you should be where this Kree is right now. Bob can also stay high ground, though if you're fighting under the bridge, I'm not too unhappy with him being on the low ground here. I'm playing this corner. So let's talk about the situation. What do you guys think you should be doing in this situation? I'll give you 5 seconds. Right. So it's 6v4. You have a longer respawn than they do. You kind of need to win this fight now because it has been a hot minute since the Ryan died. So he's probably around here. You have five more seconds, maybe 8 more seconds till he's back. You're 2 people up. Yes, they use sim wall. What you should be doing here is rush into them. This guy is full health. This guy is full health. This guy is almost full health. This guy is also 200 HP. Go into them. Take the momentum. Set the tempo. You already set the tempo by killing 2 people on their team. Go rush that Bob. Kill that poor guy. There's nothing he can do. He used his lamp up on the castle. It's not yet back. It's a long cooldown.
See on right side of wall.
The red.
Instead, yeah, Lucio and Ryan are kind of pushing together. But the rest of the team, you're playing super careful. Like as if the wall would kill you. It doesn't. It just makes sure that, yeah, they get additional cover. Guess who doesn't care about cover? Reinhardt. And you by extension if you play close with him. So just go in. Be aggressive. Kill the Bap. Kill the Bap. Then go for her. Clean up whoever comes there. Then Reinhardt walks through this door, if he's stupid. And you kill him again. Send him back to spawn. you get multiple ults. Win-win.
Right side of wall. We can play defensive.
Thank you.
All right.
Get Sim Sim.
Instead, we're playing super careful and we lose this fight.
Hello.
Because we allow them to regroup.
Right side. Oh.
Wait, Shatter.
Okay.
Bush, I like the Shatter. The Shatter tries to take back the momentum. But your team was too far away to follow up on this.
Big Shatter.
Can we back?
No heals.
What is?
Get out, get out.
Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yes, what?
Yeah.
Am I low? Cause I'm coming and no.
You could have died on card instead of doing this, but this is also not bad. I like the reset actually because you get to recontest second point.
Right side. We have to stay on one side of the wall. Remember symbol.
Oh, we were all on the left.
That's bad. I want to. I mean, okay, fine. But someone has to call out Nightfall, right? But no one.
Also good call to say you have to be all on one side of the wall.
Yeah, but right. Bush is going right. Follow Bush. Follow Bush. Yes, you touch. You touch.
Touch.
Yeah, you should make sure that everybody knows whose job it is to touch. Mostly Divas and Orions here.
Run.
Could have been one, unlucky.
I think.
Redo on second point.
Nice.
Alright. This was the perfect chance.
I think we give it up. Yeah.
Alright! Time for our favorite exercise. Let's draw inhibition graphs. Please pause the video here. I'll give you some time to pause. Draw your graph, and then we're gonna talk about this. Ready? Good. So let's see. Holds that they might have. I haven't seen Ryan Shadow in a hot minute. So wait, let's make this nice. He gets a fat ult. She gets a fat ult. They've used this, it's out of question. They use this, it's out of question. They use this to salvage the fight. For now, he gets a... alright, it doesn't work the way I'd like it to work. No, alright. He gets a tiny... not quite sure. He could have it. But he doesn't need to have it. Alright. And you know what? Who gets the fattest of them all? Mei. Alright. So we identified what ults they have. Great ult tracking. I think we will also hear this. So let's see what this means. Looking at our composition. We have a Rhine, which blocks this. Wait, and let's keep this clean. Rhine blocks this shadow. Fuck. I'm stupid. Alright. Boom. 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 And let's make this smaller. This guy. Alright. Technical difficulties. Great. Let's talk about the biggest ones first. Zarya has her ult. Which means... Salto, you don't get to ult. If you're out of mag, that's 5 seconds of free graph time. Don't. Same logic applies to here. If you're out of mag, these two guys can freely grab and freeze your team. We're not doing that. We're keeping the mag, we're not bombing. Your only job next fight is to keep these two people in check. I don't care about what else happens. There will be no amp matrix. He has his shadow already, so the biggest merit to eating all the fire strikes at the moment is not there, which is denying him ult charge. Your only job is to make sure that they don't get a blizzard and or a graph off. Nice. Good we talked about it. Which means, in turn, you also inhibit this. So let's say, okay, we cancel each other out. The good thing is, we use one character to cockblock two characters. Good situation for us. Reason to pick Diva. Then, with a bead. A bead can sustain through a graph, but can be iffy with the Mei. If they really freeze the whole team, they still get to kill 1 or 2 people through the bead. Unless it's 100% perfectly timed. So, squiggly line, semi-inhibition. Alright. So, what does that mean? So, for now, we have a lot of things that block each other out. Their biggest trumpet here should be their ultimates. We can block all of them just with our tank lineup. And Lucio is kind of a bit of bonus, a fallback plan if everything else fails. That's good to have. What can we do? We can focus fire their Rhine shield next fight. And we can early high noon. When they come around the corner, we can early high noon. We can wall up our Kree. Give them high ground. Give them artificial high ground. Which keeps them from... Yeah, just to make it more visible. Which keeps them from inhibiting our Kree because they can just wall them. Because we can speed our Kree. We can wall up our Kree. We're good here. So, Kree is one of our most viable ults. If that doesn't work, we have got a Blizzard upcoming. So we could use that. But I would prefer not to. We should be able to win the fight without ultimates or with just High Noon. Or with just Blizzard. For all that matters. So that's what we should be thinking right now. So our first priority is to make sure Mei and Zarya don't get their stuff up. Get their stuff off. That's mostly Diva's job. Ryan's job is to keep the enemy Ryan in check. We know that he has Shatter. You know how to play if the enemy Ryan has Shatter. So we're not going to talk about it that much. So in theory, the advantage lies with us if our Diva eats the ults, or is at least enough of a threat for them to not use their ults, and their Ryan doesn't get a Shatter in. Because that means we're free to do whatever the hell we like with Mei ult and or McCree ult. So we should win these fights. And I think we do for the next 2 fights, actually.
Nice move, Rice. What do they have?
May.
They have Krav and May beats.
So Graf may beat. And I think Salto said Sim would be a bit of a stretch. She didn't do too much in a fight before. She will have it after next fight, probably.
Salto's gonna have a fun time. What do views?
Good positioning here, Kree. Please stay on this high ground. Perfect position to ult also.
And they have Shatter again.
Nice, so we identified all their ults. Good. So that means we can make these plans that we just talked about. They used Bubble. We walled off their Rhine. We walled off the tanks overall, which forces their Baptiste to jump on top of our wall to keep their tanks safe. Charge this guy. Kill him. Afterwards, kill Zarya because her bubble is gone.
Wait, run.
Is he gonna
Blah, blah, blah.
Blum, 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 blum.
I'm gonna high noon.
I'm sure. Get him, nice.
No more ults.
May. Sorry.
Good cleanup.
What do they have?
Right, and they used Shatter, but it was kinda negated. really good. So basically, we used one ult last fight. They used Shatter. Ryan is free to do whatever the hell he likes, so our new win condition is either Shatter or Mei ult. They still have Graph and Mei ult. And now they have Sim Wall. So not really much has changed from our old situation. Just that we have more options now.
Well, what did they have?
Nice.
What did they use? Did they use any shadow?
They use Shadow.
They've
Yeah.
Grab may beat.
Okay, what can we do?
That's Simul, man.
And
For sure.
and Matrix again.
Release bomb.
See, so I like asking the question, what can we do? And what do they have? Good. I like the idea of making a plan. I don't like the freeze bomb plan because, right, we talked about it. If D.Va gets demacked, they will press Q. Or they should press Q. And a good team will press Q.
I think
A good team would now even go in, use the beat, and beat rush the D.Va. Specifically the D.Va to make sure that the Graph and or the Blizzard lands. Or just focus the D.Va overall, so D.Va needs to play more careful.
we. Okay, maybe we save bomb because they're Blizzard, but okay, make the plan fine. They're good.
I'm gonna freeze and.
Okay, okay.
Good. Play on left side of this. Deny the value from their ultimate. You can just position your BAP there in the hallway. And play on this line here. You stop the card by doing that. You give your BAP all the line of sight he needs. And you completely deny Sim's value. And it's easy to eat the Graph in that area if you're in the second row with D.Va.
Okay. Ryan, top left, Ryan.
Get Werner.
Good target calling, good target focus. Mei is kinda alone. I'd like that to change. But good thing that you killed the Rhine.
Okay, speed up past the wall, yes.
Yes, maybe.
Oh,
Huge protective wall. Focus this guy, and let's go.
May.
Sorry,
See, if you target focus, make the calls, and stay together, you look like a pro team. I like it.
Sim.
Keep the calls going. Nice.
Alright.
Yeah, she's on the right. She didn't get the right.
She's already on the right. Good information.
We can maybe.
Communications with intent.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
enough.
just get back.
Yeah, just get back. Good calls.
This just
She does
looks
Grav
right?
and
Right. So not much has changed, but just to remind you, right?
Yeah.
Oof. Oh, good thing. Thanks for being there. Right. Graph, beat, Mei. They use this. This might be back. So now you have to watch out for this. So Ryan died kind of early. So make this a maybe. 75% or something. So the same thing still applies, right? Our big inhibition thingy with D.Va is still going on. You see, that's 3 fights. That yeah, we couldn't use one ultimate, but they couldn't use 2 big ultimates. So that's great. Beat doesn't really matter that much because at the moment we could use window to bait out the beat. That would be fine. But on the same time, this kind of inhibits this because, yeah, if they beat, we're probably not gonna get anything killed before they get out of its way. But that's fine. So that's another ultimate that I cannot use. Leaves them only with Shatter. We can Shatter first, Ryan can block it. So again, we have beat to freely work around with, and we can farm High Noon. We're at the advantage here. I like it.
Okay, what should we do next? We have so many else.
And F amp.
Yeah, what do we use?
I'm putting the bomb for the Grav. If I don't hit it, I'm gonna bomb.
I'm gonna counter
Okay.
beat.
Wait, Pi, repeat what you said?
Again, I like that you're making the plan. I wouldn't bank too much on the bomb here. I know it sucks. I don't enjoy it as well when I play D.Va in scrims, but that's the reality of it. Bomb is at this point mostly a situational aggressive tool you have to re-engage or for remacking. But huge value from eating stuff. You should practice that.
What?
The Ryan is feeding. Kill that guy. I want to hear the calls. Ryan, starting right now.
Get Ryan.
Run, run.
Nice.
They have no allies.
Run.
And they get to use both. This is not because we bombed, right? Because we just heard the bomb is coming now. You want to protect us from the freeze. And you keep these guys actually out. Hello? You keep these guys from going into the graph, so it kind of works, but we still get wiped. Which is unfortunate.
I don't know.
Where's the blizzard? Oh.
And the reason for that is that bomb explodes much sooner than the blizzard runs out. That's why it's... Sometimes it can be a good counter. I would definitely try it, because that's at least gets a lot of value. But in this case, you might have also taken kept it, and you can use it to keep them off the card when they trigger overtime.
It's fine. We have 3 ults.
Yeah, exactly. Alright. Please draw the inhibition graph now. And tell me what they have. Pause the video now. Alright, there was enough time to pause. So let's see. They have Shadow for sure. They have Shadow for sure. They have Shadow. Probably. Wait, I'm not sure if they actually used this. Let's treat like they didn't use it. They have this guy, this guy, this guy. So they used May and they used Graph. So basically the next fight, these guys are unimportant. So we got this situation still going on. Great. Diva eats this. Diva eats this. Awesome. We still got these two guys going on. And if May plays together with our Rhine, it's even a further inhibition because you kind of pressure the Rhine. It's a squiggly line because this is a weak interaction. And that's why I'm also gonna remove it. But that's another way to think about it. If you guys group up, you can make it in time to get there, especially with the Lucio. What you can do is, you can beat rush. First, beat rush. Farm this up quickly. Which pushes them back from the card, back to the corner, and gives you the chance that they will panic Lucio ult, or Baptiste ult, or panic Shatter. You can block that, play around it, because this guy still zones them out. And then that way you can take the fight to a more advantageous position for yourself. And then you could use the Shadow third to kind of seal the deal. When they're walking back, you have broken the Rhine shield with High Noon. Right? And then you Shadow for free, team wipe, and you continue.
You can touch. Salto, can you switch? Oh, no, you can touch. Salto can touch. Salto touches, and we can arm matrix behind to support him.
We have.
Wait,
And look for the shadow.
engage with bit, engage with
Right? You've amped it up. Not even counting. Or you have plenty of time.
bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay,
And
let's
they fucked
not
up
engage.
for. Another reason why not to Shadow first. This can happen. Big Zarya bubble, do I think? Maybe Bub?
Big shadow.
Nope, not even Bub.
Big
Nice,
shadow.
nice. Yeah.
Good plan. Bit too early on the Shadow.
Lucio.
See how they used all the bubbles, how they used the beat. Ryan is behind you, which is unfortunate. but they use important abilities which can block the shatter or decrease its value in panic reaction to your beat rush.
Bind.
Nice.
Run. Run. Run.
And from here, the fight is a scramble. You lose 2 people, you kind of stall out. But it's fine. So maybe to sum up here, right, we have to increase our plan making skills. We're getting faster on that, and actually we're getting consistent on that, so I'm glad to see that. Yeah, warm up before the scrim to warm up your communication and coordination. That's important. Overall, we're having new people in new positions. We have to learn the roles and how to play together as a team again. So it's fine. Still, we're a bit slow and we tend to fall apart again, which I think is due to changing up positions. I'll address that later.
No, I'm loaded. Not as easy to bind.
Also. Yeah, far
Dev
out.
Farah.
So let's go.
Stick to
Dev,
that plan, I think.
Dev Farah. Stick with the plan. Good. 3, your job is to kill the pharmacy or to pressure them. So shoot the Mercy. You're not gonna kill the Farah unless you have perfect aim. Shoot the Mercy, then the Farah. Diva can help you with that. Kind of eat the rockets. Keep her value in check.
Play fast.
Play fast.
Yes, okay, go.
And if you play fast, like you're telling that, then it's fine. You can play around the Farah. What you can do is, you can go left side here, inside the building, from here to the next building, from here, inside there. Suddenly you're on point. You can brawl with them, but you're inside. Farah can't do shit.
Left, go. That's...
That or you have to poke long enough to make sure that Farah doesn't get value.
Can we go in Anna? Go in the Anna, maybe. Right.
I'm feeding with the
going-
Farah.
Go 3, 2, 1 now. Going left.
I'm on.
This you're still finding your I mean, it's either due to your ping of consistently around 120, or you're still finding your accuracy. Both is fine. Just check it out.
Right here, Dava. No sleep.
No, I'm dead.
Yes, Anna,
Die quick. Okay, now die quickly. You got their Ana. If you regroup quickly and you speed onto point, they don't have a main healer.
Bind.
Winnable.
Don't heal yourself.
No.
No sports. Yeah.
You want me to tell you what to pick here, right? So let's talk about this, because you do this more often. Kree. Kree. Good choice. Shoots Farah, kills fast. Nice. Ash. More burst damage. Also good. Go for it if you don't want to. If you want to. Soldier. Less damage, more consistent. Most low elo Farahs get scared of getting hit by 3 soldier blasts in the face and then they hide more often, even though it did less damage than one direct headshot from one of these guys. So both are fine. And then of course if you're super confident, Widow, one shot headshot. You don't even care about the mercy pocket. Good thing. If you're good at it, get a Farah, contest a Farah in the sky. Works. If you're a god at Hanzo, same thing. You shoot her, she dies. Yeah, that's most of what I wanted to say about it. As Kree, bonus thing. Wait till you get your ult. She presses shift, you press Q, she dies. And if Mercy presses shift as well to follow her Farah, she dies as well.
And they have
He's on the left roof. Farah.
Nice, get Farah back.
Left roof.
I'm going. Watch out, Remax.
She's on the left roof. Farah.
Nice, get Farah back.
Huge stun, unfortunate.
They have shadow.
And you were
Run. I'm behind.
and you're successfully calling the ultimates. It's good that you're focusing the Rhino, because at this point you either have to change something up in the fight fast before Farah gets more value, or you have to retreat. This is the point where you retreat.
Soldier behind.
I mean, I can't do everything.
I agree. with Salty. You can't do everything, but I think here Farah is getting the hugest value, so yeah.
Alright.
Keep helping
they're
against
gonna
that.
have nano soldier ults and shatter.
True, that's something we can talk about, so. Oopsie. We also have Mercy. Definitely don't have this. Tiny ult for Diva. Maybe. So, alright. Pause the video again. Draw your graph. Alright. So like I already teased, we have these guys going on already. This kind of blocks this. Why don't I see ult charge though? Wait. Do we press normal shift? Yes, thank you.
I probably felt up to.
Alright. Let's go again. Sorry. Pause the video now and draw your grass again. Alright. Fuck.
I probably felt to.
NA coach. Alright. Boom. Alright. Unfortunately, we don't have Lucy ult. So yeah, as I said, these guys block each other. Diva blocks this, and so by extension this, like squiggly line, because she will probably nano the soldier. They nano the Rhine, which I think they end up doing, then no. That kinda is blocked by her. Because she can freeze it and wall it off. So that's fine. Mercy ult we don't care too much about. What we need to do is get this guy up to keep these two in check. And yeah, overall there's not too much to say here. We can get out with speed boost and Diva eating a nano soldier visor. Mercy ult doesn't really count that much. We could engage with Baptiste ult, but only if we get a good fire strike off. So we should use that while we're already fighting on point, and their ability to move behind cover is limited. Overall, I think this is a very neutral fight, even though they have twice the amount of ultimates we do.
Okay, what do we fight? What do we do? Close.
Diva, you can get that soldier off the high ground and then immediately fly back. He already dropped. He's here. So that's good, but just to keep in mind. And then return to your team immediately, of course.
Yes. I'm just going, man. Where's Ryan?
Wait, next. Oh,
I like that you're calling where's Ryan. You noticed a bit late. Because, right, you saw him and then he can only go right side. So that's where he is. Behind you. But good thing that you noticed. I'm proud of that.
Diva.
fine, nice lamp.
Actually, huge lamp, huge beat, good flash, and now the charge. Everyone turn around, focus the Rhine, and then you have the Rhine picked, and then you can continue to play the game.
A nice roll.
We're on Rhine, all on Rhine.
Huge, you got 2 picks. Block the Diva ult, even if you lose this guy here. You're up.
One shot. Push blitz.
Fire can't die.
Big.
Block
Contest.
press.
Yeah, block rest. Nice, good call. Huge, you have this point.
Soldier.
Ignore the soldier. Fight on point. Have 3 people on point now and only chase if you need to.
No.
Good call on Anna. Huge. Nice.
Mercy down.
Soldier. Run. Mercy one.
Yeah, exactly. Make sure she doesn't barrage again.
There was that point.
Soldier.
He's gonna
so bad.
It was off.
Dude,
They're
no name's
ready
gonna
to
see this.
cross the gate.
Yeah, what do they have? What do they have? Oh, sweet.
All right. Inhibition graph time. What do they have? They use Shadow. They use Nano. So these guys are out.
They
And I think they use Mercy.
still soldier old barrage probably again. Go soldier.
He's gonna get
That's so bad.
It was off.
Dude,
They're
no
ready
name's gonna
to
see
cross
this.
the gate.
All right. So yeah, Barrage, they use this, Soldier Old, and they use this. All right. So pause the video, draw your graphs, and then we're gonna compare. 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So right. NA coach. No surprises here. Diva eats both of these. Awesome. Let's just make it a big fucking check mark. Like, Shadow is the perfect ultimate next 5. We just break the shield, it's a free team wipe. Because Darine has no Shadow, we can play super aggressive with it. We don't even need to break the shield, we can just speed past it and be highly aggressive. Overall, 10 out of 10 would do again. This guy has High Noon, which makes it impossible for them to freely play with Pharah. Awesome. We're coming up on beat. Doesn't really play into it this much. Another big fucking checkbox for us. Mailed. Awesome. Since we're gonna be fighting on the castle, we can use this to start up a fight and use a fire strike because it's a tiny area. Good thing. Actually, let me revise this. This is also a good idea. Just fire strike into Matrix on the castle, potentially kill 3 squishies, 1 fight, easy going. Let's go. It's alright. We know what blocks what, and we have contingency plans in the form of Rhine Chat. We start off with this. If that doesn't work, we throw the May. We can have Rhine Shatter to seal it off. You can interswitch the May or the Rhine, but like that's kind of the idea. And this guy just makes sure that Farah doesn't get value. If she gets 2 out of hand, we High Noon, we fuck them up. Or we High Noon on the high ground, we wall him up. On that little wall right there, right where right you have here the tower, then here this choke. Yeah, that's a stupid color choice. Then here this choke, and like this is the general shape of the castle. And here there's stairs, right? And you have this place here, and you can wall up your Kree while he stands against the wall. And then suddenly he can shoot all of these people with High Noon. Great place. Alright. We don't want to talk about what happens next.
They still soldier old barrage probably again. And boom. Oh,
Okay,
no, they
now-
He
now
should use
cross.
bomb. Use the bomb.
Getting,
Good old
getting,
checking.
Speeding. Speed.
Wait, soldier, use one part. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
What
call.
do we use 5 right now?
I want to bring to your attention the lack of attention.
Oh,
We use 5.
You saw what I wanted to point out, right? And we're also gonna point it out, and we're gonna reflex shadow that. And we heard her the whole time shooting up there while we were in castle. How the hell does this Anna not die immediately? We're completely ignoring her. Like, awareness.
He's on he's alone on that.
Mercy cannon.
Unlucky that the castle blocked it. And that we missed the flash.
Mercy.
We push too fast. We need to make plan first, guys. Don't go too fast.
We lost everyone.
Plan first.
Wait, don't.
But we make progress on
We
cards,
don't
so
know. I'll plan, right? We don't know.
not completely a dud.
Ah,
Alright. Our favorite time again. Pause the video. 3, 2, 1, now. Alright, they used this, they have this.
Alright.
Fuck. They have this, this, this. We're not gonna counter right now because I don't know whether they used it. Alright. And I know it's repetition and a lot of it, but blocks of Diva. Kinda. Sorry, this is out of the question because they used it. So that's nice. This doesn't matter all that much. So, again, good plan. Fire strike, stuff like that. Good plan. Yeah. This guy fucks up these two. So overall, we should still have this. We don't have the Shatter anymore, so we're out of one plan. But it's fine. Let's go and see what we make out of this.
What do you use?
Shall we?
They've soldier ult and
Freeze one now.
Yeah, stay together,
Right,
nice and
freeze,
close.
Freeze window. Okay, but watch out, Diva. We need to do something about it. We're coming up on B.
soldier ult. Probably shadow again.
Alright, can we go?
Yes.
for
Okay.
our-
Yeah. You tell. Call it.
Speeding. Oh.
Wait, I'm gonna hide on. Wait.
Unlucky. That was because it was the right play to do, but the coordination was lacking because otherwise you could have had the no. If you would have told your Ryan, hey, I'm gonna high noon the Pharah out of the sky before the fight started, then you would be more inclined to shield more often, and then you wouldn't have been shattered. Now they get to wipe you again.
Shattered.
Oh. Okay.
Unlucky. Fight is over. Rinse and repeat. I don't think we need to look at this any further, right? It's about the coordination. And Pharah is continuing to be a nuisance.
Soldier ult.
Okay, what do we use? We can go left also maybe. Like go through left.
Yeah,
I'm coming up.
Alright, let's go through left. Here, follow me. Here, through here. Left, and salt on card. And we can use a window. There's Anna right here on the right. She's half. Push. Hold
Let's
shoot.
push this aggro. Let's push this aggro.
Yes. And we have Matrix outside.
Smart rotation. I love it.
Right, oh my.
Nice.
They're
Oh,
all watching.
Ryan is feeding. Kill him.
wait, nice.
Huge
man.
block.
Diva.
Humongous healing field.
Big slam.
You're in.
Okay, stabilize. You got this. Stabilize. That Ryan is still one is a good call, but I also want to hear the call stabilize all purple.
Yeah, he's
We're
running on the
all
left.
purple.
Right left, on the left.
200 IQ wall. Pharah cannot shoot you. You get to freely kill the Rhine. He split up from his heals from his team. Awesome wall.
He's dead.
Ignore Baby Diva. Pharah is the bigger problem right now.
Yeah, I'm pushing fair.
Oh, barrage on top.
Far one.
Oh, not anymore. I'm sleeping. I'm dead.
Okay, who can touch?
Far one.
Point.
Soldier. On
I'm
the ground.
touching.
Yeah, and that's it. So let's continue. So, right, the second part of the tactic, we got down and we even start to variate by pushing the high ground from the left side if their hold on castle is too good for us to walk through castle. So that's nice. I love how we're being really good on second point. Third point, we get into panic mode more easily. But that's also because we need to practice staggering onto card or like contesting onto card without staggering actually. Things like that, and that's more difficult with the new setup. Fine, it will come with time. First point, we're just overall slow, uncoordinated. Plan making and communication is lacking. And I think that's due to warm up because right on second point we see stuff works out. And on the second half of the map, when we're either attacking or defending second, it's also a general trend I saw in all the VODs I looked at. Again, we get warmed up and we do a pretty good game. And we're really convincingly winning fights once we get that warmed up. So I really incentivize do the warm up. Also, what I want to incentivize, since we switched around position, have Salt on off tank now, and we have Pi on DPS, I really would like you guys to play more Rush and Brawl these next 2 to 4 weeks. Again, just to get the coordination back up. So the coordination is much better than when we started off, because now we get actual calls, teamwork, and we get God tier target focus once the clock only shows 10 seconds left on most maps. And I want that when the clock shows 10 minutes left. That's an exaggeration. That's exaggerating, but you get what I'm saying. So those are the things we should be doing the next couple of weeks. Yes, I know back in Brawl / Rush prison, but it will help the team cohesion again. And it will help everyone understand their role more clearly. I talked with Pi about positioning on May, etc. So that is fine. And I like that we're coordinating, yeah, much more tightly and much more team oriented now than we did 2 weeks ago. So in my book, that's more positives than negatives. Most of the negatives coming from throwing some stuff around in the team. So I think overall, good scrim. Few wins, good practice. And I think with time, we will come to a change here that will basically, the team will come out on top, I believe. Will be better afterwards. We just need to relearn some stuff, and people need to get used to the new roles. And if I remember, I'm not sure whether Salto is permanently in this spot or if we're gonna find another off tank. If we find another off tank, of course that means longer Rush and Brawl prison, because we have to repeat all of this stuff and we have to brief them on all the strategies. But overall, that's nice. Also, what I would like to do is make more shot calling exercises, go into a custom lobby 6-man, and just have the shot caller randomly call rotations, like left or right there, and do your best to execute them together and fast. So that way, in game, this works faster. All right. I'm gonna stop the recording here, and I'm gonna go over to Ilios. It will be a really short VOD because there's mainly the same problems, and we're just gonna talk about some specific situations there and how you could have changed up earlier and reacted faster. And I hope this helps you.
I keep touch.